Hi, this is Corey Ward, and this is the Top Hat and Tails book cover reveal piece by piece. 2016, what a year, huh? It was a year after I released my first book, Rise of the Shadow Seekers, the First Seeker, under my Corey L. Ward name, and I knew that I wanted to write something completely different, something more adult, under a different name, and that name ended up being Landon Wake. Strawberry Sorbet is what kicked it all off. And how it came about is kind of funny because I had a friend who's also into writing, and we were just talking one night about, well, let's write about something, the first thing that comes to mind. And we both just decided to take that little challenge and write about strawberries. And strawberries came to mind, and little did I know that this little challenge between us, something great would blossom from that. And that's when Strawberry Sorbet was created. And it ended up being a detective noir starring our lead detective, Richard Hankins. It was a short story, about 75 pages. It got submitted for a reader's favorite review, and that's kind of a coveted review if you get the 5-star review. And I got a little symbol that I could put on the book, and I was like, wow, this is like the first time that my work seems to be recognized by somebody. A lot of people were saying, I'd love to see more of Detective Hankins and see where he goes next. I had a few ideas shuffling around in my mind about where I wanted it to go. But in the meantime, I decided to write another full-length novel, which ended up being GPS Murder Next Exit. And it took me a while to write that book, edit it, and get it out. By that time, I was kind of burnt out on writing because I've been writing since 2013 up until 2018. And so inspiration struck me one day about this old, creepy chimney sweep sneaking down your chimney and nabbing these little kids and yanking them up into the chimney to be disappeared into the night. And I thought, well, that story, it could be a short story on its own. It could even blossom into a full novel, but I was like, it's right around the time period that Detective Hankins would be there. So why not just have it in his world? And I can get that story and his story to interconnect with one another, and I can have both. In Top Hat and Tails, we see Detective Richard Hankins grow. And we introduce a new character, Doyle, which is kind of his sidekick. He's a younger kid, he's a newsie, he has nowhere to go, so Detective Hankins decides to bring him in, and he's kind of a really cool sidekick. And you really get to see the continuation of Detective Hankins and where he goes from Strawberry Sorbet. Well, anyway, you all came for the third piece to the puzzle of the cover reveal of Top Hat and Tails. So without further ado, I give to you the next puzzle piece.